About 15 years ago, I learned something that changed how I deal with my migraines and stress. And what happened can change your life as well. What's up? Dietitian dude, David Orozco, registered dietitian, nutritionist, certified intuitive eating counselor, certified exercise physiologist. About 15 years ago, I started getting migraines. And I don't mean just like headaches, I mean migraines. The kind that just knocked you out for the whole day, like get in a dark room, put a towel over in your head, day is over kind of way. And like most of us guys, you know what? I tried instincts, right? Let me just power through it and take something and, just go back to work as if it were that easy, right? But man, they just kept coming. I didn't get it. So I started tracking everything, what I ate, how I moved, how I slept. And after months of tracking, one pattern actually was undeniable. The single most consistent predictor of whether I would get migraines wasn't what I ate, how much I exercised. Those were important. Or even the stress levels. It was sleep. When I slept poorly, too little, too inconsistent, fragmented, those migraines, they would come. When I slept well, 7 to 8 hours, consistent timing of bed and wake up, and a nice wind down routine at night, yeah, you know what? The migraines weren't coming. And the neuroscience now explains why. A 2025 study using fractional MRI found that sleep deprivation alters the brain pain processing regions. The thalamus, the cerebellum, the dorsal attention network. After restricted sleep, the brain's mechanisms for dampening pain become overly sensitive. The volume goes up. And a 2024 study in brain communications confirmed that the relationship is directional. Sleep disruption increases vulnerability to migraine-like pain. Fix the sleep, reduce the threshold. So there's a one-to-one relationship here. So it seems causal, which is really good, right? It's like a magic pill. But here's the thing. My migraines weren't just the signal. The real lesson was bigger than pain. Most men don't take sleep seriously, and the culture rewards them for it. Research in Journal of Health Psychology found that men who sleep less are perceived as more masculine. In a study of 2,500 men, the manly man was described as sleeping 33 minutes less per night. The hustle culture influencers posting about their 4 a.m. wake ups are monetizing that stereotype too. And the cost? Well, a 2025 study from Uppsala University found that even a few nights of poor sleep promote cardiovascular risk at the molecular level. Sleep deprivation increases heart disease risk by 48%. Sleeping 5 hours a night increases coronary plaque buildup by, are you ready? 200 to 300%. 1 week of 5 hours sleep reduces testosterone by 10 to 15%. The University of Chicago said that's equivalent to aging 10 to 15 years. A single night of partial sleep loss impairs insulin sensitivity too. Now, and here's one. Sleep deprivation reduces brain-derived neurotropic factor, or BDNF for short, the brain protein that supports memory and mood. Are you ready? By 30%. And it potentiates your HPA axis, your stress command center, meaning your stress system stays jammed at high all the time. So that saying, I'll sleep when I'm dead, isn't motivational. Man, it's prophetic. Now, a researcher named Dr. Rachel Zoffness, love that last name, so ties into pain research, changed the way I think about this. She's a pain psychologist at UCSF and the author of Tell Me Where It Hurts. She teaches that pain is biopsychosocial, the product of biology, psychology, and social context. And she uses a metaphor I love. Your central nervous system has a pain dial. Like the volume knob on an old stereo, everything in your life either turns up or turns down. Poor sleep turns it up. Chronic stress, you guessed it, up. Isolation, loneliness, turns it up. Good sleep turns it down. Movement, physical activity, down. Community, down. Interesting. And she has patients identify what she calls their personal pain recipe, the specific combination of factors that predict their worst days. That recipe almost always includes poor sleep, poor diet, too much screen time, too little movement, and saying yes to things they should actually decline. When I read this list, man, I was floored because it maps perfectly onto the 5 basic daily functions I teach: eat, sleep, move, purge, connect. The pain recipe is my root system. Invert it. Neglected roots, turn the dial up. Fed roots, turn the dial down. Which makes sense, right? The roots are underground. Anyway, so here's what I want you to do. I call it the sleep architecture plan. 3 1 small bites. All you've got to do is choose one. First, set an anchor time, a consistent wake up time, 3 or 4 days a week. Weekdays and or weekends. Your circadian rhythm locks into your wake time, not your bedtime. Count backwards 7 or 8 hours. That's your sleep window. Number 2, build a 60-minute wind down. Screens off, all of them. Blue light suppresses melatonin, and the stimuli and information from news and emails and stuff, they're going to stress your sleep night. So rumination is going to kick in when you wake up. Dim the lights. Do something that signals rest. Read, stretch, sit outside, unwind a little bit with conversation with someone you care. And number 3, fix the environment. Cool room, 65 to 68 degrees. Dark, block out curtains or eye masks. Quiet, I use earplugs when I sleep. You can use a sound machine. And no TV. The bedroom should be for 2 things: sleep and sex. That's it. And the phone? Try setting it outside. Use an old-fashioned alarm clock. I think that's actually a much better idea. And here's where it connects to 1 small bite. The tryptophan in your dinner, turkey, eggs, fish, chicken, and even the plant sources, converts to serotonin, which converts to melatonin. Oh, and by the way, you need carbohydrates to transport that into the brain. Otherwise, it doesn't go anywhere. Your dinner is literally producing your sleep hormone. And the post-dinner walk, if you remember my move episode in my podcast, that clears cortisol and signals your circadian system that the day is ending. Cortisol is supposed to go down. By the end of the day, adenosine goes up, and then it allows to start triggering the melatonin to be produced and help you sleep better through the night. And the fiber you eat feeds the gut bacteria that produce serotonin through the brain-gut axis using short-chain fatty acids. Love it. Fantastic. Eat feeds sleep, sleep feeds move, move feeds the gut. The root system is circular. Sleep is not a reward you earn after the work is done. Sleep is a biological human function, 5 basic daily functions, as essential as breathing, circulating blood. And the culture and the hustle, diet culture that told you to sacrifice it was built to keep you unuseful, not alive. Rest is the root that holds all the other roots in place. Trust it. That's what we do in our Alimentar Men's program and community. It's a root system you build. It's a journey. Go to orozconutrition.com or email at info@orozconutrition to get registered today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for considering that rest might be the most courageous thing you do today. And remember, chop that diet mentality, fuel your body, and nourish your soul. Till next time, peace.